けです。
Hello everyone and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. Let's continue.
ほぼ設計の通りに言ったか。みんなの加工技術がしっかりしてるおかげだな。そんなことないですよ。先輩のおかげです。
While eating dinner, Ageha announced the results of the test flight of the revised glider to Amane, while eating a Chinese-style hamburger steak with fish. From flying it, I can tell that the functionality has improved. The stability while it's flying is totally different.
葵くんが上手になったからじゃないのか?
That might be part of it, but it's not everything.
で、いくつか調整をしたんですけど。
When Ageha and Amane begin to talk, usually no one else can follow. That's why I finished the crucial announcements and returned to my meal.
空の上でそんなことが。そうなんですよ。もう私もびっくりで。それでどうなったんだ？もちろんうまくいきましたよ。思った通り相性はバッチリみたいです。なるほど。ということは葵くんと小鳥は今熱々だと。
Hold up! What are you talking about over there?
テストフライトの話だわ。そうよ。テストフライトの話よ。
I don't think so. What you said just now was totally different.
葵くんがテストフライトの最中に小鳥に告白したんだろ？なかなかロマンチックじゃないか。空の上の告白なんて。
No, that was...
あれはよかったよね、朝ちゃん。問答無用で素敵でした。まるでドラマのワンシーンみたいで。改めて思い返すと少々わざとらしくもあるけど悪くはなかったわね。私ら地上でハラハラしながら聞いてたんだよ。
Don't listen in on that. I wish they told me that the radio was still on. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been great to be told that while I was in the middle of confessing my love. Blah.
うまくいってよかったな、葵くん。でもちょっと意外だぞ。
What's so surprising?
いや、てっきりもうずっと昔から二人はそういう関係なのだと思っていた。私も隠してるだけで実はこっそり付き合ってんじゃないかって時々疑ってたわ。すっごく仲良しでしたもんね。葵先輩が小鳥先輩の髪を解いてあげたりして見ていてドキドキしました。
Alright already. I got it. So just let it be. I'm so embarrassed I could die. I turned away from everyone and ate my dinner.
よかったな。
Amane looked a little bit happy while she ate her Hamburg steak. After all that, our meal ended and we were going to get back to work. But before
それ
that,
じゃあ私はそろそろ帰るよ。
Amane, who had finished her dinner, picked up her helmet and key, which had been lying on the desk. Amane, what is
こ
that?
れか？原付の免許を取ったんだ。ここに来るのにあると便利だからな。
Why, you drive a scooter, Amane?
そうだぞ。高くなければ平気だぞ。注意1秒、怪我一生。くれぐれも事故には注意してくださいね。どうしてみんな同じことを言うかな。
Amane mutters this while preparing to go home.
ああ、そうだ。
Amane remembered something and went back to the office computer. Everyone is curious and gathers in front of the monitor.
シミュレーターをバージョンアップしておいたから適当に使ってくれ。
What?
何か変わったんですか？データを改良機のものに直しておいた。
Amane says this while making a face that says, "Shouldn't that be obvious?"
さっき暇だったからやっておいた。前からやろうと思ってたんだ。待ってる間にやっちゃったんですか？
Amane nods in puzzlement. She is a rather eccentric
つ
person.
いでに敵グライダーとドッグファイトを展開するシューティングモードもつけてみた。
Oh, really? Awesome. So, who is in this enemy glider? A dogfight in a glider doesn't seem so cool.
それじゃあ帰るぞ。葵くん、ご飯ごちそうさま。
Amane, please be careful when you go home.
君こそ小鳥と仲良くするんだぞ。
Amane, who had appeared suddenly, made a cheerful face and then left.
これで飛べない日もシミュレーターで訓練できるね。
Yeah, Kotori can too. With a thud, I plunked down on my bed. I have returned from the secret base and have taken my bath. It's almost midnight. Today had been a hard day with the test flight starting from the morning. I am so tired. While lying on my bed, I reached my hand out to the picture frame that was standing on my desk. Kotori, I wonder what you are doing. In the picture, Kotori has a triumphant look on her face. She's so cute. Kotori's face is in that picture. Kotori's face in that picture is so cute that my chest begins to hurt. This is my first time to be away from her for so long. She was always near me from the day I met her. Even on days where we fought and weren't talking, we were under the same roof and were able to see each other's faces in one way or another. Even if I wasn't able to see her directly, I could sense her presence. Even more than being a friend or lover, she was like family to me. I want her to come back soon. Rather, I wonder if she'll come back. As Kotori had said, her father was doting and he may not let her return. No, that couldn't possibly... I mean, she said that Hibari would take her back even if she had to abduct her. I returned the picture frame to the desk and took my cell phone into my hand. There were no calls from her in my history. I hadn't gotten any emails from her either. I want to hear at least her voice, but, I haven't really spoken to Kotori on the phone before. After all, we're in the same class, the same club, and live in the same dorm, so it's rarely necessary. I have never called her just to talk with her. But I want to hear her voice. Wait a second, this is her first time to be alone with her family in some time. I can't intrude on that. She'll come back the day after tomorrow in any case. Then we'll be able to talk as much as we want. So I have to resist. Resist. My phone rang! Kotori Habane. That is written on the display. Hey! Hello?
もしもし
Kotori, what's wrong?
葵くんこそどうしたのなんかすごい勢いだったけど
No, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. The phone had rung as though the call had been arranged beforehand, so I had answered in kind of a strange way. I took a deep breath and calmed my heart. What's wrong?
あのね寝る前にちょっと声が聞きたくて
Kotori spoke like she was embarrassed. Even though I'm just hearing her through the phone, I can imagine her cheeks brightening like a just ripening apple and her gaze shifting out of embarrassment as she talks.
今忙しい
Not at all! I wanted to hear your voice too.
そうなんだよかった
How are things with you? You hadn't been home for a while, right?
楽しんでるよお父さんもお母さんも優しいよかえって居心地が悪いくらい
They hadn't seen their daughter in a while, so they're happy, but maybe a bit flustered. And also, Kotori had first said she wouldn't go home, but then suddenly said she would. Her parents probably had no idea what had happened.
今日の夕飯ね私が作ってあげたんだほら前にアゲハと葵くんと3人で作った料理覚えてるチキンをトマトと一緒に煮て
Oh, Basque-style chicken stew?
そうそれそしたらお父さんもお母さんも驚いてた私実家にいた頃は料理なんてからきしだったものすごいねって褒めてくれたよ
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. That was when Kotori and I weren't calling each other by our first names yet. Only Kotori didn't have a dorm duty, so I wanted to give her a role. I made her come, and we... Stop laughing! And we made everyone's dinner. As everyone liked it, Kotori slowly began to open up to the other dorm students, and everyone recognized me as the dorm mother.
私ね飛び魚荘に下宿してちゃんと頑張ってるってお父さんとお母さんに見せたかったの家を出たのが無駄じゃなかったって思ってほしくて
Sounds like you succeeded. I mean, they complimented you, right?
美味しいって言ってたお母さんにレシピ教えてあげたわ
I imagined mother and daughter standing in the kitchen and cooking together, and a pleasant mood came over me.
明日は私がお母さんから料理を習うから、帰ったら葵くんに食べさせてあげるわね。
The taste of food from the Habane household. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it will be things Kotori likes to eat. I am really looking forward to it.
葵くんは何してた？
The same stuff as always. Today we did tests from the morning, and after that, well, lots of things. Speaking of which, Amane came. She said she got a license to drive a scooter.
あまねちゃんがバイクに乗るの？大丈夫なのかしら？
Kotori had the same reaction too. After that, I told Kotori about the silly things that had happened while she'd been gone. Kotori also told me about the silly things that had happened at her house. I'm sure if other people heard, they wouldn't care about the content, but we talked enthusiastically, and before we knew it, it was considerably past midnight.
そろそろ寝ないと。明日朝早いの。
Do you have something to do?
お父さんがね、上野の動物園に連れて行ってくれるの。パンダがいるのよ。
Wow, that sounds nice! Take some pictures, okay?
トラもライオンも、それからワニも撮ってくるね。
Why is she focusing on carnivores? Alright, good night. We couldn't say those words. I miss you. My real feelings suddenly leaked out.
私も葵くんに早く会いたい。
I have to be patient for 2 more days. But that's why I was thinking I shouldn't intrude on Kotori while she is alone with her family.
こんなに離れて過ごすの初めてだよね。
Huh? Yeah.
葵くんがいないとこんなに寂しいなんて知らなかった。いつも寝るとき思ってるよ、葵くんのこと。
Me too. I always sleep after looking at the pictures we all took together. I could sense Kotori's embarrassed laughter on the other hand.
離れて過ごして実感しまくり。はあ、私は葵くんのことが大好きなんだって。そう思うと実家に帰るのも悪くなかったかな。自分の気持ちを確かめられたから。
Kotori, I like you too. I love you. On the other hand, Kotori laughed timidly.
それじゃあもう寝るね。
Okay, I'll sleep too. Enjoy the pandas, okay? Good night, Kotori.
おやすみなさい、葵くん。
The conversation ended. She kissed me. My face feels hot. Gosh darn it, why did she kiss me? I can't sleep now. Now I have to masturbate first. Wait, what? Who said that? I squirmed around on my bed. Oh.
クワどうしたのハットちゃん。もうお腹いっぱい？
Hat, who had been eating his food, suddenly started making a commotion. He ignored his food and started flapping around the dining room.
ハットちゃん。
What's with him? It wasn't like that glutton to just leave his food. It couldn't be. I ran for the entrance, trailing a bit behind Hat. Standing there was
あんたいい子にしてた？かが。
Kotori gathered Hat onto her lap and stroked his back. Kotori!
葵くん。
Kotori looked at me and then timidly averted her gaze. I couldn't take my eyes off of Kotori. Even though we'd only been apart for a few days, it felt like much longer. Welcome back, Kotori.
ただいま。
Her bashful smile was overwhelmingly cute.
これがアゲハので、こっちがアマネちゃん。で、あった。これが朝と夜の分。
Kotori distributes the souvenirs she brought back.
パンダクッキーだ。かわいい。で、これがカナの。おお、ワニのスリッパだ。かっこいい。ありがとう。写真もたくさん撮ってきたのよ。
Kotori spreads the pictures she took out on the table.
トラでしょ、ワニでしょ、それから見てハットの仲間たち。
Asa and the others look at the pictures excitedly. Here you are, Hibari. I gave some cold barley tea to Hibari, who was sitting a distance away.
いただきます。今日も暑いからたくさん汗かいちゃって。
Kotori's father had work again starting today. It seems that he tearfully gave up the role of taking his daughter back and left it to Hibari. How was your home?
父も母もすごく喜んでいました。小鳥ちゃんが帰ってきてくれて。
Kotori, who is excitedly talking about the zoo pictures she laid out, narrows her eyes and stares at Hibari.
まるで昔に戻ったみたいで。
Then she was overcome with emotion and began to cry. Are you okay, Hibari?
ごめんなさい。つい嬉しくて。
I quietly handed her a tissue.
これもトビウオソウの皆さんのおかげだと両親も感謝していました。小鳥ちゃんが帰るって言ってくれたのは水瀬さんのおかげなんですよね。
Me? No, I didn't really.
小鳥ちゃんがそう言ってましたよ。
I see. I want you to say more things like that. It's not weird for you to say things like that. I probably just guided her a little bit. It seemed like she had wanted to go home for a while. It's just that she didn't have an impetus. While I'm saying that, Hibari looks at me with kindness in her eyes. Hibari?
帰りの車の中で小鳥ちゃんから聞きました。今お付き合いなさってるんですよね。
Yes, I have the honor of dating Kotori.
そう。小鳥ちゃんに彼氏が。
She's moved to tears again. However, her tears don't seem to be only those of happiness. Here you go.
ありがとう。
Hibari takes the tissue I hand her, blows her nose, and wipes her tears away.
小鳥ちゃんのことよろしくおね。ひばりね、仕事行かなくていいの？
Kotori looked at the clock and called over to Hibari.
いいの、もう十分遅刻だから。よくないでしょ。早く行きなよ。でももうちょっと小鳥ちゃんと一緒にいたいし。ダメ、早く行くの。ほら、ハットに襲わせるわよ。それだけは許して。
Hibari stood up in a hurry.
じゃあお姉ちゃんもう行くわね。小鳥ちゃん、ちゃんといい子にしてるのよ。はいはい。それから
Hibari looked at me.
お付き合いは清く正しく美しくよ。
What are you talking about? Kotori's face went red.
ハット、グワグワ。
Hibari left as though she were being chased out. Kotori.
いいのいいの。このくらいしないとお昼ご飯食べるまでここに居座っちゃうんだから。それよりお腹すいた。何かない？
Wait a second, I'll make something. I opened the fridge and surveyed the leftovers.
おかえり、小鳥。アゲハ、元気だった？
As soon as they met at the secret base, they beamed at each other. If Kotori hadn't been in a wheelchair, perhaps they would have hugged.
おお、小鳥だ。
Amane, who had been facing the computer and typing away, lifted her head after a delay.
あまねちゃんもいる。事故に遭ってないでしょうね。そんなのあったりしないぞ。私はちゃんと免許も持ってるんだからな。
Even people with license have accidents, you know.
ダメよ。そういう慢心が事故の元なんだから。あまねちゃんはビクビクしてるくらいがちょうどいいの。わかった。
Shortly after seeing Amane, Kotori suddenly began to lecture her. That impudent side of hers is cute too.
実家どうだった？楽しかったよ。でも退屈だったかな。そうそう、お土産買ってきたの。
Kotori lined up panda cookies and panda jam buns.
かわいい。食べるのもったいなくなっちゃうね。あまねちゃん、はいこれ。なんだこれは。交通安全のお守り。バイクの免許を取ったって聞いて慌てて近所の神社にお祈りに行ったのよ。たっぷりと情念を込めておいたから肌身離さず持ち歩くこと。うん、わかった。
No one cut in and asked why emotion would enhance the charm.
でね、いっぱい写真撮ったの。
Kotori spreads out the pictures again.
動物園行ったんだ。いいなあ。パンダだ。とっても可愛かったわ。パンダって本当に白黒なのよ。
Say what? Kotori speaks passionately while also showing pictures of tigers, lions, and crocodiles. It seems that the zoo was extremely fun. After listening to Kotori talk about her trip for a while,
私らもあんたに見せたいものがあるんだ。何？何これ？
let's find out next time on If My Heart Had Wings. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.